Selective outrage is when individuals aggressively confront a particular aspect of an issue while consciously ignoring or refusing to address other aspects of that same issue. The Black Lives Matter movement confronts police brutality and black deaths committed by police while consciously refusing to address black-on-black violence. And when individuals practice the diversionary tactic of selective outrage, you can usually find an underlying covert agenda. I mean, let's look at the shit logically. How can you say Black Lives Matter, but never address the black abortion rate here in America? Or the fact that the percentage of black-on-black death is at 94%. You know there are so-called black women out here screaming Black Lives Matter and have had multiple abortions. There are so-called black men out there who perpetrate death and violence against other so-called black men, and they are screaming Black Lives Matter. How does that make sense? It only makes sense in the minds of completely irrational thinkers. I call them stupid motherfuckers. But that goes back to my point about selective outrage. We're the side of cognitive dissonance. You can't say that Black Lives Matter without addressing every issue that is opposed to the importance of black lives. When you make the choice to go outside of the scripted agenda of Black Lives Matter and address issues that directly reflect how we treat each other. Oh, that nigga coonin'! Sambo ass nigga. Shoe shine, shoe shine. Now do you see why no one takes you seriously?
The following program is rated TVMA. Viewer discretion is advised.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Somebody gotta say this shit, so piss a bitch. Fuck your government. I'm hesitant to holler out that I'm in. I represent hollow points and Mac tears. But don't think them shots coming out of them. Last thing that you see is Nat Turner's grin. I'm a savage, not your average white boy, my friend. We ain't shooting. Fuck red, white, and blue. Earth day nerves like militias in the booth. Spit that word like the wisdom in the tooth. Get that herb like I need a blunt or two. Fuck y'all all, each and every one of you. You niggas wanna stay asleep. Fuck you motherfuckers too. All you niggas ain't loyal. Fuck the government soil. Bring heat to the planet to this motherfucker boil. There's no more talk. Through the grave y'all walk. I talk for the slaves from the grave. It's war.
After 2 days of research, I'm pissed off. This could have been a I told you so show. But no. Here the fuck we go. Now once again, I repeat, this could have been an I told you so show, but no. I'm honestly, I'm too pissed off. I am entirely too pissed off to have an I told you so moment. See, in a real genuine I told you so moment, there would be a feeling of victory, I guess, of accomplishment of some sort. And me being right only proves how far oh man, this is gonna be one of them shows. Okay, so let me do this right. I got everything loaded up. All the research that I have been doing. You know what? And to be honest, it was like a brush up. It was like brushing up on shit that I already knew and already know. I have been telling motherfuckers since the beginning when that piece of shit known as Barack Obama, I know your real name, piece of shit, when that piece of shit known as Barack Obama stepped out in the fucking congressional convention with his fucking speech for the first time as a piss ant senator coming out of fucking Illinois, I knew from the very fucking beginning he was a plant. And the reason why these things happen is because collectively human beings have short memories. Very, very short memories. And the more we are entertained and distracted, the shorter the memory gets collectively. I am pissed right now because it just confirms what I have already been knowing. And folks, it's a fucking shame. I am Irk the Nerve, aka Mr. Somebody. Everybody's somebody. Somebody got to say this shit. Okay, so I need to start off by saying I am a rationalist. I deal in logic and reason. I don't claim to know the things that I don't. So I don't pretend to. I only know the things that I know due to experience or research. That which I don't know, I'll go find out. And if I can't find out, then I guess it wasn't meant for me to know. But I don't believe anything. I don't believe nothing. I don't hold any dogmatic worldview. And with that being said, I understand the socio-political construct of race clearly. I understand that it has no relevancy outside of the socio-political construct. You're not white. You're not black. You're just stupid. Again, I am Irk the Nerve, aka Mr. Somebody. You know what the fuck you're watching. Now listen. Usually, if I come up here, if I come up on the channel, and it's a Friday night, it's Face-to-Face Friday. But this is not a Face-to-Face Friday because if anyone comes up, it's gonna be my family, the ones that understand my irritations with society, with humanity, collectively. Those are the only people, those that understand me. Those are the only ones that get to come up with me tonight if they so choose. Because I am going to be drinking this entire demonstration. Did I tell you that I'm pissed off? I'm going to be drinking the entire demonstration. And yes, I am pissed off because the information that I am about to share with you is fucked up. It's fucked up. And I'm telling you, this is why I say Irk the Nerve, aka Mr. Somebody. I say never, ever trust politicians. Never. And I'm going to show you why. Oh, this show tonight, this probably, if I'm not drunk by the very end of this shit, this probably will be my best one yet. Oh, because this topic right here, people, is my wheelhouse. This topic is not my favorite topic. Oh, but when I do this topic so motherfucking well because I research so motherfucking well. And ain't shit you can tell me when it comes to the bullshit. Tonight's show is titled Blatant Lucrative Manipulations. Modern day self-serving activism. And when I say self-serving activism, you ain't heard shit yet. The shit that I am about to show you is maddening. It's literally maddening. And you gotta understand, I am not on that troll shit tonight. Get you the fuck out of here real quick. We're gonna do our thing, and it's IGD insane with me, motherfucker. So understand what it is. All right, and that's just my ignorant side talking. I've been drinking. Forgive me. I'm blocking all the trolls. All the trolls get the fuck up out of here. If you ain't about this talk, you gonna do the walk. All right. So, like I said, tonight's title: Blatant Lucrative Manipulation. Modern day self-serving activism. I started this video with a video that I made in December of 2015. Yeah. On Instagram, irk_the_nerve, Mr. Somebody. You see on that IG page, you scroll down, keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. It's gonna take you a while. Keep scrolling, and you will see a video. Oh well, a series of videos. It was during the time when on your videos had to be, what was that, 15 to 18 seconds long. That's why I was a mean motherfucker then. I was talking fast. I had to know what the fuck I was gonna say it fast, and get it done. I was a mean motherfucker then. Very concise with my shit. I had to know what I was gonna say and get it the fuck out if I wanted the video to be made and published for the world to see. I did that. So it was a 5-video series. And I put the video together today and began this show with that video. And the thing is, I'm not going to show the video again because I have so much more to show you. See, this video is on IG. You can go find it. You can go see the date. December 1st, 2015. And the video is called Selective Outrage. And we are going to talk about some selective motherfucking outrage tonight. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Yeah. The shit that I found today confirmed what I said in 2015 about Black Lives Matter. Bullshit from the very motherfucking beginning. Look at the face on the screen whilst you hear the voice that's connected to it. Black Lives Matter is full of shit. Been full of shit. And I'm going to prove that tonight. Are you ready? Here we go. Oh, where should I start? Let's start here. Let's start here. Hold on. Oh, we're going to get busy tonight, folks. Be patient with me now because I got a lot to share. And I do this because I care. Now, you see those faces right there? Look at them well. You see all those faces. And there's so, uh, the fucking show would be fucking 4 to 3 hours long, and I ain't got that time. If I was to display all the freedom fighters, the civil rights activists, the just good fucking human beings trying to make the world that they live in better, not for themselves, but for those around them. Many of those faces you see um didn't live didn't live a luxurious life. They didn't have an abundance of money. Many of them did grassroots organizing in disenfranchised communities, gathering people living under their same economic conditions, collectivizing and creating some form of commerce amongst themselves, some form of trade exchange amongst themselves. Do you know that our modern day food stamp system comes from the civil rights movement? Proving that government usurps great ideas from common folk. Is this the case for Black Lives Matter? I say no. Like I said in 2015, Black Lives Matter is bullshit. Now understand who I am on this social media thing is who I am in real life. Oh, ask around. I have been living in Kentucky. IRK. I represent Kentucky. That's what it means. And also to irritate and provoke. I have been living here with the same thought and the same propensity to speak. And oh damn it, I speak. Sometimes too much. And I make my opinions based in fact or experience, well known to anyone that wants to listen. And since the advent of social media, I do the same thing via text. So I said all that to say this. It's documented. It's actually documented. Everything that I've ever said about Obama, that piece of shit, everything that I've ever said about this government known as the United States government, everything that I've ever said, every socio-political thought, anything that I've ever said about the fictitious ideals of race, I let it be known. At the risk of my own social health. You understand how that works? See, a lot of many of those leaders that you see were assassinated, murdered, made to be stripped of all forms of economic progress just because they spoke. Many many of our great past leaders died broke, died poor. Huh. Did I tell you tonight's did I tell you tonight's title of the show? Kind of relates to what I'm saying. Blatant lucrative manipulations. Okay, so here we go. We are about to get into it. Ah, man, this shit pisses me off. All right, so you know the organization, right? All right, yeah, remember? First time you ever heard of them was 2013. Do you remember? Remember earlier in the show I talked about the short memory, the collective short memory of humanity, especially on this side of the planet. Oh, we some short memory having motherfuckers. 2013 is the first time you ever heard of them, right? Do you remember? I surely do. I remember there was a election years, a lot of campaigning going on then. If I'm not mistaken, there was a second term being fought for. It all ties into what the fuck I'm about to say. I'm pissed. And here's why. See it on the screen? You see that? Okay, so Patrice Khan Colors, co-founder of Black Lives Matter, just bought her fourth mansion. uh, uh, I, I'm laughing to keep from crying. I'm going to say it again. Patrice Khan. And I think it's necessary for me to spell her middle name because in my mind, I instantly go to the CON. But it's KHAN. Patrice Khan Colors. CULLORS. Her last name. Bitch. Bought her fourth mansion. Well over $6 million. Do you know how much money this fucking organization has gained. Do you know how much money this fucking organization, this front organization, and I was right. Oh, I have proof. I have proof, and I'm gonna show you. This front organization has grossed billions, billions, millions for themselves and millions for the DNC. I'm going to prove it. We are so why are we so easily played? Why do we allow ourselves to be so easily manipulated? It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. I think I should show you the definition of propagandist. One who has devoted him or herself to the spread of any system of principles. Hmm. Understand, by definition, we are all propagandists. By the very definition, if you try to sway any individual to a set of principles, whether you have created them or adopted them, you are now dealing in propaganda, and you are a propagandist. This could be a good thing, this could be a bad thing. Most of the times, when it comes to politics and socio-political movements, this is a bad thing. Again, did you hear about the so-called freedom activists that bought a mansion? Did you hear about this? I guess it's the new way. It's the new way. Literally. Hold on. I have to show you because it's very important to understand the bullshit. This is bullshit, ain't it? Come on now. Just the little information that I've given you so far, you should be thinking, oh, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. Huh? Was you one of them easily influenced motherfuckers that was throwing up the hashtag? Was that you? Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Was that you? See, when I first heard, you remember the Mike Brown murder. You remember that? I felt many ways about it. None that I wanted to publicly speak on. I was on my Instagram and I was speaking on Sandra Bland and I was speaking on so many other things prior. No, afterwards I would say. But didn't want to speak on that situation until an organization came out of the blue. These motherfuckers came out of the blue from a fucking hashtag. You got to understand there was no. Do you know that there was no Black Lives Matter before the hashtag? and, and from and from 2013 to now, they've accumulated billions. These motherfuckers have gotten fat off the beaten and downtrodden's back. Are you serious? What the fuck is going on? Did you hear? Did you hear about the activists that bought mansions? Did you hear about it? Now, if you don't know, you have Melinda Abdullah, who is the actual founder of Black Lives Matter. And then you have Alicia Garza as a co-founder, and secondary, I guess. Who's the first and secondary? There's two co-founders. There's two co-founders. I guess they argued like they argued like a motherfucker for the second spot. Pat- Patrice Khan Colors. These three female humanoids created a business. Prove me wrong. How did they not create a business? Again, did you hear about the freedom fighter, the modern day freedom fighter that bought a mansion? Did you hear about it? I I was literally telling people in 2000, so long ago. I was telling people that this is bullshit. You're falling for bullshit. This is a this is a front organization. This is an op. This is you that you're gonna fall in. You're gonna. No one wants to listen. No one wants to listen. And it's funny to me that all the information was right there for anyone to see. Now, what's the premise? What's the premise of Black Lives Matter? What's the premise? Well, I think I'm gonna go to the video again so you can see it. So you can see it. Go might as well. So you can understand the premise of Black Lives Matter. I'm talking pretty fast because, like I said, this was in 2015. You can go and check the Instagram yourself. This was posted in 2015. And I wish I was wrong.
Collective outrage is when individuals aggressively confront a particular aspect of an issue while consciously ignoring or refusing to address other aspects of that same issue. The Black Lives Matter movement confronts police brutality and black deaths committed by police while consciously refusing to address black-on-black violence. And when individuals practice the diversionary tactic of selective outrage, you can usually find an underlying covert agenda. I mean, let's look at the shit logically. How can you say Black Lives Matter, but never address the black abortion rate here in America? Or the fact that the percentage of black-on-black death is at 94%? You know there are so-called black women out here screaming Black Lives Matter and have had multiple abortions. There are so-called black men out there whom perpetrate death and violence against other so-called black men, and they are screaming Black Lives Matter. How does that make sense? It only makes sense in the minds of completely irrational thinkers. I call them stupid motherfuckers. But that goes back to my point about selective outrage. We're the side of cognitive dissonance. You can't say that Black Lives Matter without addressing every issue that is opposed to the importance of black lives. When you make the choice to go outside of the scripted agenda of Black Lives Matter and address issues that directly reflect how we treat each other. Oh, that nigga coonin'! Sambo ass nigga. Shoe shine, shoe shine. Now do you see why no one takes you seriously?
Now, in that video, I said, now, when anyone practices selective outrage, you can usually find a underlying covert agenda. And I have found that underlying covert agenda. Yes, I have. I found it. And it has everything to do with the DNC. Before we get into that, let's talk about what I said also in the video. Do you know that Black Lives Matter, the front organization, the hashtag, whatever the fuck, it's all the same to me, is sponsored by you. Can't be making this shit up. I can't make this shit up. Who the fuck would? What mind out there would fucking make this horrible shit up? Do you know the yearly abortion numbers? I do. I'm for some reason it's important for me to keep up with annual abortion numbers when it comes to a so-called demographic that feels like they're being constantly murdered. Yeah. Planned Parenthood and Black Lives. It's fucking oxymoron. It's a fucking oxymoron. Maybe you don't see it, but maybe the learned individual will see it. Did you hear about the so-called civil rights activists that bought a mansion? We're doing this. It's a whole new way. It's a whole new way of gaining freedom, justice, and equality. Completely rob those you claim to be helping. It's the new style. It's the new wave. We're doing it. Don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Let's see what did Tamir Rice's mother have anything to say about this? Again, this was reported in 2021. Where were you, motherfucker? Oh, remember, I am documented. I am documented. I told you from the very beginning that they were bullshit. Yeah, I said it. I have video proof of me saying that Black Lives Matter was. I put my face out in it and was ready to take anything that came with it. Still am. Oh yes, I'm prepared. Let me take a break and see what troll. Oh, what's to say, Red Wings? What you say? How you doing, man? Oh, I'm dropping the Willy Bobo tonight. You might want to tune into this. You ain't getting this from that bullshit content creator that's on the other end. No, you ain't getting that shit. You ain't getting this from those bullshitters that talk about nothing but each other. You're not getting that. Okay, so let's go back to what I was saying. The mothers of many of the victims that Black Lives Matter claims to be helping, supporting. Do you know that the that Patrice Cullors has never met Tamir Rice's mother? Never. She's never met her. But she's buying. She's never met Tamir Rice's mother. She claims to be fighting for the justice of Tamir Rice. Correct? Wasn't that wasn't that was ain't that what all the rioting was about? The the protest that became riots because it was so poorly organized. Wasn't that what it was all about? But the co-founder of Black Lives Matter never met the mother of the victims that she claims to work for. Blatant, lucrative manipulations. A modern day self-serving activism. Ain't it though? Ain't it though? Now, Black Lives Matter uses as their symbol, a well-known symbol, a clenched fist. Hmm. Now, we have to understand there has been many social upheavals that led to some form of revolution or revolutionary protest, revolutionary action. And when I say revolutionary action or revolution, the word itself, I am only using it in the political sense. Google it. This symbol has been used by many, many social um, groups motivated by change. You understand? And it's no mystery that Miss Patrice Cullors, she's a professed Marxist, hmm, which I know a little bit about. Hmm. But there's a problem with that. You're a Marxist, but you're in the pocket of the DNC. I'm moving too fast. I'm moving entirely too fast. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, so are you pissed off yet? Like I am, because I 45 and 17 into the show, and yeah, I'm almost there, folks. What about you? I'm just about there. just about there. There's so much proof that this front organization is that and have done nothing. Okay, so hold on. Now I'm gonna need you to do something. And I should have done this early in the show. I should have done this in the beginning of the show. But while doing this research, because I researched very well, I found a very, very insightful video that you should watch. And I found it, and it's on YouTube. The YouTube channel itself is Black Power Media. But the actual video that's on that channel of import is this one. The Summit of Accountability of Social Movement. Let me say that again because it's not of, it's in. The Summit for Accountability in Social Movements. So good I watched it twice. Now there is within this video members of Black Lives Matter. And not only Black Lives Matter, they are representatives of a newly formed organization of 10 Black Lives Matter chapters all across this nation. These 10 chapters call themselves BLM 10 plus. I'm going to say it again. BLM 10 plus. And they've gotten together because they're going after the leadership within the Black Lives Matter. Because, you know, they feel duped. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. You motherfuckers were duped. The actual organizers on the ground level are not getting any help at all, financially, anything. They're not getting nothing from the so-called high interest leadership. So-called celebrity leadership. You know, yeah, you're high influenced, highly influential pastors and professors and HBCU professors. And motherfuckers that create hashtags and lie to victims and families of victims and create back end deals with politicians in order to line their own pockets and sway campaigns. This is what this is about. Do you get it? Like, this is what this is about. They make money off dead people. They use their names. They use their stories. They use the fact that they were victimized in such a way that the victimization caused them to lose their lives. And these women got paid from it. I am laughing to keep from crying. Do you know Miss Patrice is now Miss Patrice is now being investigated by the FBI. And rightfully so. I mean, I'm not going to complain about you being investigated by the same system that you work for. Because you work for that same system. Remember you sold the lie that you were fighting for disenfranchised, seeking justice for those that don't receive justice. That's what you said. Remember what I said about propagandists? That's what these motherfuckers are. And they were able to become very, very rich from it. Very rich from it. Hold on. Did I fail to mention that they have not yet, in any shape, form, or fashion, helped any of the family members of the victims that they claim to be seeking justice for? But wasn't that what wasn't that was that was what the riots were about, right? Right? Okay, so I'm gonna have to give context to this next thing that I'm about to show you. So Lil Wayne said something about Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter got pissed off. I heard about it. I said something about it. If I'm not mistaken, this was 2016. I'm gonna check real quick. Mm-hmm. See, when I tell you I was on my shit, I was on my shit. But I'm going to reveal some information so you can understand what I was saying in this very fast little gift that you see on. See, this is another piece of evidence showing you. Sadly, that I knew what the fuck I was talking about.
Will you motherfuckers please do me a favor? Please stop asking Lil Wayne to answer questions about important shit. That motherfucker been drinking medication with soda for damn near a decade. Stop trying to turn entertainers and celebrities into political leaders. Lil Wayne doesn't know that Black Lives Matter as an organization is used to funnel money into the Hillary Clinton presidential campaign. George Soros, the founding financier of Black Lives Matter, gave the organization $33 million. George Soros just so happens to be a Hillary Clinton supporter. Black Lives Matter is not a movement. It's a front organization. If you are a Black Lives Matter supporter, Your next question should be, where in the fuck is that BLM money and how is it being used? You cannot compare the Black Lives Matter Front organization to the original Black Panther Party. Stop that shit. The original Black Panther Party was organized by highly intelligent, well-informed black men whom had discipline. The majority of the leadership in the Black Lives Matter Front organization, homosexual. The original Black Panther Party was formed to address vital issues within disenfranchised communities. Black Lives Matter was formed from a fucking hashtag. Before the hashtag, no organization. The original Black Panther Party was infiltrated by agents working undercover. The Lives Matter Front organization is controlled opposition from the very beginning. You haven't asked yourself why BLM is being funded by the same system that they're up against? Motherfuckers clearly have no political understanding. They're baiting you right into their fucking trap. Barack Obama, your president, signed the National Defense Authorization Act. He also signed the continuation of the Patriot Act, originally signed by George H.W. Bush. Using the two together, the government now has the authority to label citizens terrorists. You motherfuckers ain't gonna read it, so just take my word for it. Have you noticed a recent pattern that whenever there's a police shooting of a highly melanated being, Black Lives Matter show up in protest? And there are those who have no involvement with the front organization yet still choose to protest underneath the Black Lives Matter banner. I call those motherfuckers followers. Being that most of these protests are purposely poorly organized, bullshit happens. The mainstream news media start using terms like domestic terrorist and radical activist. Just try to let it all sink in. Somebody gotta say this shit.
November 4th, 2016. What year is what year? I'm not a time traveler, I promise you I'm not. I'm not a time traveler. I just pay attention. What year was that? Yeah. See, I knew then that they were being funded by this piece of shit motherfucker. Oh, you don't know him? Well, maybe you should, fucking stupid ass Black Lives Matter supporter. You don't know him? No. No. You don't know that he's responsible for funding social revolutions in the political sense. You didn't know that he's responsible for funding social revolutions all over the world. Being that I like to read a lot, I just so happened in 2016 I just so happened to find out that George Soros gave Black Lives Matter, the front organization, $33 million. That was then. $33 million through the Open Society Foundations. I pay attention. I read a lot. Yeah, I do. See, you may not know this, but George Soros controls a lot of things, a lot of organizations, a lot of news networks, a lot of things, a lot of socialist groups. And Black Lives Matter is one of them. It's not my fault you didn't know. I'm here to give you the information now, so you can do whatever you need to. And it's a shame because the same way I can read this information, you can too. This is from the actual Open Society Foundation's website. Look at the header. Look at the header. This is a recent story, folks. Where you been? Where you been? A 220 million investment in racial justice. How do you want to know how much black someone should go and ask Tamir Rice's mother, the Floyd family. How much has Black Lives Matter given? You know, out of the net that they have brought in, out of the net that they have brought in together, all three of these female humanoids, the net that they have brought in, you know that they only gave a quarter back to certain specific donors. Hmm. Very, very interesting. Did I tell you about the revolutionary freedom fighter, civil rights activist that bought a mansion? Not only did the bitch buy a mansion, she bought 4 of them. With whose money? Is there a foundation in Ferguson? Is there anything built in any of these victims' names besides the statue that Black Lives Matter did not pay for? You know, the George Floyd statue that they didn't pay for. Yeah, yeah. Is it? Did they? No. These women were able to use pain, your pain, collective pain, and the grief of a certain area and amplify that into national attention, and then amplify it more into a fucking blatant lucrative manipulation. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, but we ain't done. We are not done. Did you hear about the Black Lives the Black Lives Matter leadership in Ohio? No, you haven't heard that story yet. Let's do a little review, shan't we? Hmm.
If you want to talk racism, let's talk about how this Supreme Court nominee.
That is not the video. Okay, so It had to be. I must have been really pissed because I forgot to load up one video that I'm about to load up right now, real quick. It took me time to do it. Oh yeah, so the leadership of Mr. Sergeant, or whatever do they call him, motherfucking Sergeant? The leadership of Black Lives Matter in Ohio wanted to live like Patrice and Alicia and all them want to live like them off that money that you donated to Black Lives Matter. Wanted to live like the leadership of Black Lives Matter. See, the thing is, man, it has to be understood. They're making money off people's pain and not afraid to run away with it. Not afraid to do this in your face. Why? Because you do. Political parties in the United States have been able to use this demographic of so-called black people here in America at any time they please. They literally know. My bad. They literally know every they literally know every card to play. All right, I'm back. Damn it. Okay, now I'm really back. Okay, now I loaded it up. This is the video that I want you to see. The leadership in Ohio.
Leader of a group called Black Lives Matter of Greater Atlanta was arrested by the FBI today on fraud charges. Agents raided a home in Toledo, Ohio, and arrested Sir Major Page, whose real name is Tyreek Conyers Page. He's accused of using more than $200,000 in donations from the Black Lives Matter of Greater Atlanta social media page to pay for personal items. That includes food, entertainment, furniture, and tailored suits. The FBI says he told people asking about the money that it would be going to causes related to social justice and the George Floyd case.
See. And that was literally around the time of the George Floyd. Yeah, that was an election year. Yes, if I remember correctly, that was an election year because this stupid motherfucker says this.
But even Dr. King's assassination did not have the worldwide impact that George Floyd's death did.
Such a bold fucking statement by a piece of shit, lying, conniving politician. But there's reasons why he says that may deem true in his mind because no time in history are you able to take social activists and their members and use them to sway political campaigns. No time in history has this ever been able, and with the advent of social media, holy shit, the propaganda is unlimited. So much so that Joe Biden was able to make that statement, and you're not black if you didn't vote. If you don't vote for me, you're not black. And he was willing to make those statements during campaigning for the presidential seat because he had are you seeing how we're constantly used yet? Are you seeing how people will manipulate and play off of people's pain in order to gain? From 2013 to now, how could this organization gross billions of dollars? Because if you remember, let me see if this is the right one. Oh, well, let's just, yeah, 2013, yeah. I was there for all that. Walmart, Nike. Wow. Do you remember there was a time when no one dared say BLM. And then you wake up, and now Nike, people are bending to the knee. And now you have corporations representing this socialist. That's the socialist. This social movement in the guise of a people's movement. But how do we know this? Well, we know this because we can go to the actual website, hit the donation button. You can do this just like I did it. You go down to and there's a little thing that you might want to read about real quick. Let's go to that. It is known as Act Blue Charities. Act Blue. Remember, I told you the connection with the DNC. Do you understand why Joe Biden can make such an inflammatory statement like this?
But even Dr. King's assassination did not have the worldwide impact that George Floyd's death did.
You understanding yet? Act Blue, donations, presidential campaigns, front organizations. Are you getting it yet? Yeah. Are you getting it yet? You ain't. I'm, I'm depending on you to get it. It's important. It's really important for you to understand what I'm saying. You're being played. You're being played. They they played you. Well, the play is already played. You're done. It's done. I mean, she did I tell you about the bullshit freedom fighter that bought a mansion? Her fourth. her her fourth. Remember how it all started? Remember what it was all for? Do you remember? I do. But again, we have proof through their own website, a website where their actual bylaws state that they are for the destruction of the nuclear family. I'm not saying this, you can read it for yourself. The destruction of the nuclear family is the destruction of man, woman, and child as a family unit. Hmm. Hmm. The destruction of the nuclear family. Are you getting it yet? Black Lives Matter. Sponsored by Do you really want to know the annual abortion numbers within the demographic that calls themselves black? Do you want to know this? Do you really want to know this? Nah, let's look it up yourself. Did I tell you about the Are you pissed yet? 119 and 53 in. Are you pissed yet? Hmm. See, Joe Biden is in office because they use Black Lives Matter. Don't fucking they used they used they used digital under the table donations through Black Lives Matter to fund his run. Remember, this is the guy that told you in 2013 and in 2016 that these motherfuckers are full of shit. And the information just keeps proving me right. Campaign financial campaign finance law. I'm sorry. Campaign finance law. Let me. I'm paying attention to this. What up, Chris? I'm trying to pay attention to two different things. I dropped the link. You should be able to see it. hmm Remember, Act Blue Charities goes right to the fucking 2020 campaign of Joe Biden. Are you fucking kidding me? So the Black Lives Matter website has a donation button that goes directly to Act Blue. What is the Democrats' color of choice? Act Blue Charities links directly to Joe Biden's coffers. See how it works? Are you seeing how we are constantly easily used, manipulated for financial gain, political gain? This is the thing. Many of us so called blacks don't understand the socio-political construct, period, on any level. But we constantly trying to play the socio-political game. And we constantly look like motherfucking fools out here trying to play a game we do not understand collectively. And there's your proof, folks. There's your proof right there on the screen. Joe Biden. Did I tell you about the modern civil rights activist that bought her fourth mansion? Mm, yeah. And if you don't know, I consider that blatant lucrative manipulation. Now I'm gonna drop the link so I can get the fuck out of here and try to think of more pleasant things besides these piece of shit bitches that lined their fucking. Let me leave it. Let me stop. Let me stop. Leave it alone. No, I'm not gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna keep constantly talking about this shit because it's fucking wrong. It's an injustice to everyone, every one of the victims, their families. It's a fucking sacrilege to all the leaders all the civil rights, all the real freedom fighters that came before these pieces of shit. All I ask, Chris, is do not cam up. This is a black screen. I'm showing images. Don't cam up. This is not a face-to-face Friday. But speak your mind and speak freely.
Be a second before I can cam up because I'm at this hotel and I gotta smoke outside.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want you to cam up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What's
for the
good with
images. Man, sharing this
I've
fucking.
been watching and listening, man, and I'm like, you know what? Let me check in on my man. Let me check in on my man. You know, I'm far from naive, so to see you break down I mean, pretty much just the sad situation, of of how us, what I'm saying, as a collective just constantly get manipulated by these motherfuckers. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, not us as in you and I, just as a
Yeah, yeah,
collective.
yeah.
Yeah,
Collectively.
yeah, yeah.
And
We
to the point to where now they don't have to use uh FBI agents undercover. You can use our own.
yeah, yeah. If you don't vote for me, you're not black. I love that he went on Charlemagne the God show of all people to say that shit.
They said it in his face.
Nah, think about it. Like, I used to live in New York. I think about 90s New York. You know what I'm saying? Howard, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he tried to pull out like on Kiss FM for real back in the day, like Chuck Chillout or somebody would have smacked the shit out of him. But this is
And the thing
Charlemagne.
is, you can't
This
get
is
away with
Charlemagne the
saying some,
God.
but the
And he
thing
wants to
is,
have
you
an
can't.
open forum. Plus, he was so worried about not looking racist. That's the only reason but he had Biden on her in the first fucking place, bro.
But the thing is, you can't get away with saying some shit like that to me because I understand that black is a it's a legal fiction, just like white is a legal fiction. It doesn't have no bearing on reality. There is no biological way to prove that you're white. There's no
Right.
biological way to prove that I'm black. It's stupid shit.
Okay.
Black and white, race and racism and racialist ideas only exist in socio-political constructs. It's the only place that can only exist. And even in that construct is stupid as fuck. But it can be used and utilized, and politicians do it all the time.
But it's like you said, though, you have a lot of people out here trying to play a game they don't even understand. They don't even know the rules of this shit.
Yeah.
Why did they fail to understand the rules of engagement, bro?
Because
Understand the
I
rules
think
of engagement, people. I mean, as a poker player, two of my favorite words in the English language, all in. You want to push your chips in for real? You want to shove that whole chip stack in the middle of the table, huh? Man, you better calculate y'all odds. Understand who y'all going up against. Understand that all y'all bickering and bantering and infighting, it fuels their agenda, not
yeah,
yours.
yeah.
Can
And
I
then
say it
when you
again, bro?
yeah, but please.
All the bickering, backbiting, backstabbing, manipulation in one's own social circle, okay? And then y'all want to try to play a game you don't understand. All y'all bullshit will continue to consolidate their agenda on a bigger
Absolutely.
scale, day in, day out. As these words are leaving my mouth, their agenda probably just got 20% bigger. Because you
Yeah.
got a lot of dumb motherfuckers out here, bro. They don't even understand the game they playing. They don't even understand the rules. They don't understand the rules of engagement. And they don't understand the consequences, man, of their inadequacy and their ignorance. Damn. I'm on one, bro.
That's the truth, though. That's the truth.
It's really enlightening for me because I've had a really fucked up day. Yeah, just listening to you before I even hopped on. This is one of the few bright spots of my day, bro. Real talk. I sat back for a minute listening to you. I'm like, man, Irk is killing him because none of this shit is news to me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I already know, man. I know, like, all right, the way you study, man, and you study the way I study, man. When we all in, we all in. So
Right.
I already know none of this information is new to you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I mean, when it comes to when it comes, first of all, when you know, we've seen our leaders in the past be murdered.
Mm-hmm. Slaughtered.
We stripped of their wealth, whatever. And when I say wealth, I say that very in a minimalist way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, many of our leaders, many of our past leaders didn't have much to live off for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and many of them gave their last, you know, and literally gave their lives.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see these pieces of shit, you know, popping bottles of wine, you know, toasting each other to a job well done, and knowing that their job is basically done to line the fucking DNC's fucking pockets for any fucking funding that they fucking need just pisses me off.
Should piss you off. Supposed to piss you off.
It should piss
That's
everyone off.
it. No, 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 no. It's only going to piss off the well informed, bro. Okay.
Indeed.
And and
Indeed.
and
You're right.
and hold on a second.
I just had to take a little breath real quick, man. Yeah, this is very maddening. This is very maddening. It's been maddening for a very long time for me. Um, like I said, I've been keeping, as you already know now, I've been keeping up with the situation, with the events and the players within the event. And to see it still playing out and no one, the majority of people still clueless. It's enough to drive you crazy, and the fact that I deal with rationalism and I think my way through shit, you know, when I used, back in the day I used to just run off straight fucking chaotic energy, straight fucking piss and fuel and sperm and ready to fucking just charged up. Everything in me ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So um young, dumb, and full of cum, that's what I was. But as flawed as I am, I'm wise enough to pay attention. And I think we all should. These manipulations can't go on anymore. You ask me, did I tell you about the bitch who calls herself an activist that bought a man? Her fault. Yeah. That is blatant, lucrative manipulations, people. And we will continue to deal with modern day self-serving activism, modern day self-serving activists, such as these bitches, until we decide to deal with them no more. But that is definitely going to have to be a collective decision. They're making money off people's pain. They're not helping the mothers. They're not helping the family of these victims. Not at all. The proof is out there. Don't fucking take my word for it. This is a fucking fact. I need you, and I'm going to post it on my community wall after I'm done with this live. Summit for Accountability in Social Movements. My, how far have we come? Look at this. We went from this to now trying to having fucking panels, podcast panels. Hey man, put yourself on mute, G. You killing me. We having podcast panels about fucking accountability for social movement. Yo, Chris, you got anything else to say? I'm about to get the fuck out of here.
Yo, no, I just like us. Can you hear me? Am I good?
Yeah, you good. I can hear you clearly.
All right. No. I mean, I know you about to wrap this up. Like I said, I just been listening for the most part, man, for close to an hour in at least. But
I really thank you, man. Thank you for that.
you like I said, I just felt the need to check in real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because more of this conversation needs to be had, not just on your platform. You know what I'm saying? Throughout, people have got to get wise. Okay, of just these agenda pushing, money grubbing, manipulating assholes masquerading as social justice advocates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to stop, dude. It's got to stop.
You know, I pray like in your platform, you know what I'm saying, and conversations like this can not just spark dialogue, action. At some point, man, if people really want to catch wise of this shit, man, and just sit there and they feel as to be upset about it when the truth is exposed. No, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? You know, cause and effect, man. Man, Chris A. Apocalypse. I checked that on
and check this out real quick, dude.
Yeah.
And the thing is, they'll create organizations and loose protests that turns into riots, having the individuals within those riots burn down their own fucking communities. While she lives comfortably here.
Exactly, man. Yo, I am signing off, man. Be good. Take care. Be safe, bruh. Watch these motherfuckers, man.
Oh, I am.
Exactly. All right, stay up. Be good. Earth the nerve. Somebody got to say this shit. Y'all holler.
Thank you, Apocalypse. Thank you, my G.
No problem, man. Be good. All right,
one. Man, this is my presentation. This is what my platform is innately about. This is what I'm about. Spreading information that matters. I make time for the bullshit, and I'm very good at it. But at the same time, I put thought into everything that I do. So I think we should collectively do so. I think we should really put thought in what we do and movements that we support, and with our sweat equity and uh, our fucking money. There's absolutely no way she should be paying for her fourth fucking mansion, claiming that she represents the people, when the majority of the people on this fucking planet don't have mansions. This is a fucking political play. They've been playing this fucking game on us. This is the benefit of fucking the people. And I'm in this show with another political play. Completely fucking racist, racialist in policy. Absolutely. I am about to show you. Reported by Now News for the first time. For the first time, the Supreme Court of the United States is not ran, does not have a fucking white male majority. I need you to look at the fucking, I need you to look at the picture. Let's do some counting, folks. Since we're using racialist terms for fucking human beings again. Look at the picture, and then read the header and see what a disconnect is. I'm not going to point it out. I refuse to point it out. If you can't see what I'm seeing, read the header, look at the picture, put it together, see that there's a absolute error. If you don't see it, there's no helping. Look at that picture and listen to the wise words of this beautiful woman that I share similar thoughts with.
If you want to talk racism, let's talk about how this Supreme Court nomination was racist from the get-go, because this administration said we are going to pick a black female. And I don't think people truly understand what the issue is with affirmative action hiring. Not only is it racist because you are ignoring an entire set of people who have applied for this job, but you are actually creating a climate of racism, because now we as individuals have to go through this world and we're going to look at people who are people of color, and maybe they're in these upper echelon jobs, and we're going to look at them and say, did you really get that based on your merit, or did you get that because you're black or because you're female? And then they get to look at themselves and go, did I get this based on my merit, or did I get this because they wanted a black person? You are essentially robbing every single person involved in the situation.
I am Irk the Nerve, aka Mr. Somebody. Everybody's somebody. Somebody gotta say this shit. Think wisely.
Somebody gotta say this shit, so piss a bitch. Fuck your government. I'm hesitant to holler out that I'm in. I represent hollow points and Mac tears. Don't think them shots coming out of them. Last thing that you see is Nat Turner's grin. I'm a savage, not your average white boy, my friend. We ain't shooting, fuck red, white, and blue. Earth they nerve like militias in the booth. Spit that word like the wisdom in the tooth. Get that herb like I need a blunt or two. Fuck y'all all, each and every one of you. You niggas wanna stay asleep? Fuck you motherfuckers too. All you niggas ain't loyal. Fuck the government soil. Bring heat to the planet to this motherfucker boil. There's no more talk. Through the graveyard walk. I talk for the slaves from the grave.